Hi everybody, welcome to my first YouTube video. I know my nails are horrible, I'm sorry, but I wanted to take you guys through a walkthrough of my bullet journal. I've been bullet journaling since August of last year, which would be 2015, and I really like it. I think it's a great system for me, and I wanted to show you guys how I set mine up. So this is a Moleskine, the largest size that they make. I added my own Shake It Off sticker that I printed out offline, and also a pretty little border here because I wanted it to have more of a style than just the black. So let's jump right in. This is my cover page. I have my name, my phone number in case I lose it, and I started out with this key when I first started, but I don't really stick to this anymore. It's just here as a reminder. So next is my index page. I like Hello Kitty, and so does my daughter, so I have a lot of Hello Kitty things everywhere. And this is my index page, pretty straightforward. This was the first month that I did. This is the month day layout where I write each day of the month and then what day of the week it is, and I write like important things that are happening that day. So this was my first page for the month of August when I started. And then when I first started, I've always stuck to this basic layout, but my layout has definitely evolved since then. And so over here on my right, I added a wish list and an incentives, which is for every time I reach a goal or something like that, I can pick one of these things as an incentive, as a reward to celebrate me being disciplined or reaching a specific goal. So I always started out tracking my water, tracking my weight, what I spent, exercise. Just the black dot is just for random notes, nothing specific. And orange was originally what I ate, which I also track. I track everything that I eat. And then I also did things that would give me headaches when I had a headache or when I had heartburn or anything like that. I wanted to track things that might influence my headaches because I get a lot of migraines. So that was one of the purposes of keeping a bullet journal, to be able to track things that might trigger the headaches more often. So I didn't really do a lot of decoration at first, but I think it grew to that. So this is the second page from when I first started. I divided my days with washi tape, added some stickers, but it's still pretty basic. Here's what I ate, my water intake, my weight, and the date, things like that. Then I added this books to read page where I write down lists of books that people recommend to me and things that I want to read, other books that I want to read. I also added this Christmas 2015 list, but of course that already passed. Just ideas of things for me to do with the kids. And my very first habit tracker, which it quickly evolved to a monthly thing after that. And I'll show you guys that in some upcoming pages. Here are some more daily spreads. I also started trying to work on my handwriting. As you can see here, this is a quote from John C. Maxwell. I started adding more quotes and washi tapes and trying to make it prettier. As you can see, I added some more washi tape over here and some stickers. And then I also wrote out my schedule so that I have something to refer to if I'm wondering what's supposed to get done at a certain time. I can go back here and pull that up. So I only paper clipped that so I would remember to show you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Here's some more dailies on the left, and on my right I have my goals sheet, which I just add goals as they come up in my life, and once I accomplish them I just cross them out. My son made this for me and it was very sweet. He's not very good at writing yet, so it was a very sweet thing that he wrote this for me, and I wanted to keep it in here, so I cut it out and glued it on here, and I wrote a little note. And then over here on my right is some more dailies, and you can see it started to take shape a little bit more into how I do it now. I started trying out these banner stickers that I got from an Etsy shop online, but they didn't really stick too much. So I did end up using them a little bit further on, but they didn't really stick for me. I used these stickers that I got online as well from AliExpress to write down birthdays, and I love these. I'm ordering more because I use them for all my birthdays. And I added here another quote, and these are the page flag little banner stickers that I started using, but again, I don't really think that they worked. And at this point, instead of writing the month, I started writing it at the top to try that out and see how I like that. And then I also started doing apples for my food tracking instead of the little orange scratch outs that I would do. And this is just a doodle that I made like in 2012, and I wanted to be able to look at it, so I took it down from the wall and put it in here so that I could look at it, and then I just taped the edges. In September, I did my regular spread, and then I also added some goals that I wanted to work on, and I took a stab at tracking my expenses. Now here, I started tracking the whole entire family's expenses, and this was only, it only got to September 4th, and I realized that it was going to get full way too quickly. So the expenses thing, I didn't end up keeping. It just didn't work for me, especially in my bullet journal, so I just stopped doing that. I was still trying out, writing out the month at the top, and then I started dividing my days with washi paper. With washi tape, I mean, and it went pretty good for a while. So it went pretty good for a while, and I did that a couple of other weeks. And then instead of using the stickers that I used here, I started coloring in my own, and I tried to stick with a certain color for the month. So in my birthday month, I used pink and blue, which pink is my favorite color. So I did that for a while. Then I added another quote here. So I tried out the washi tape on the side just to see how I like that. I started tracing images into my bullet journal. I can't really draw, so that was my attempt at drawing and making it prettier. Some more quotes. I love this washi tape on the side. I put my exercise next to my weight area, just trying different layouts to find one that fits. I added this schedule to see how I was spending most of my days, but I don't really use this anymore. It was just to put it down on paper so I could take a look at that. Here's another quote. And this page was the day before my birthday. So on my birthday, I got these pens, and I love them, but they do a lot of bleed through. I don't know if you guys can tell, but over here, this is all on the other side. It's not like actual writing. So the pens, I don't really use them except for special areas of my bullet journal. I don't write with them. I still write with my Sharpie pens most of the time. So this was my birthday. I traced this from a graphic I found online. And here are some more days. At this point, I started changing out my layout so that my dates were going across. And then I switched to using red apples for my food tracking. And whenever I remembered, I would track money, but I mostly didn't really track expenses anymore. So this is where I started doing what I currently do, which is writing out the days and a color for the month, all in one line. And you can see I kept that going, and I still use that today. So this is October, another one of those birthday stickers that I got from AliExpress. I added this page because I was trying to not be on the computer as much, so I wrote down a list of things to do that weren't computer related, but I don't really refer to this very much because once I wrote it down, I just forgot. So but I do refer to it from time to time just to generate some ideas if I want to spend time off the computer. This was a little note that I wrote in here to remind me of things to do for next month's layout, which would have been November. And this is the end of October. And I added like some little Halloween stickers, but I didn't really do a lot. This is the first month that I did a monthly spread, and I really liked that, so I kept doing that. And I picked a color scheme, and I was working on my handwriting, so I wrote that in and colored it and added little doodles. These are the birthday stickers that I love. So I tried to do that. And I also started writing what we were planning on having for dinner. And if I remembered, I would go back and write it in pen if we actually ended up having that. So I also wrote, over here I write like notes for the month and things that are upcoming this month that I need to keep track of, and any bills that are due or things that we have to pay for, birthdays, school breaks, things like that. This also was the month that I started doing a habit tracker, going from left to right instead of top to bottom, and I really like this. And then at the end I added up how many of my habits I had done out of the 30 days, and I kept that going because I really love that. So here's some more daily layouts. I love this quote: "Every day you wait is another day you won't get back." So I really like remembering that. Here's some more November layouts. And this is the month of December. I love the little doodle. I cut out some stickers. I started using masking tape stickers to put in my meal plans. I added this little page flag here for a note for my January layout that I wanted to do. And this month was really pretty. I love the color scheme. This is, again, so my December habit tracker. I separated up by morning, evening, and then whatever fell in the middle of the day, so that it would be easier for me to track like different things that fell in the morning time and things that fell in the evening time. I used a lot more like stickers and washi tape because I went out and got some during this month. They were only like $1 at Walmart, so right on time. So I used a lot of stickers. I put this in here because it was raining and it reminded me of the rainbows. And here's some more daily layouts. During the month of December, I started meal prepping for my lunches. So I made this little layout to like inspire me and give me something happy to look at in my bullet journal for when I do my meal prepping, which was really important to me, and it went really well when I meal prep. I think it's very healthy, and I always have something to eat for lunch. This was another page in my December spread. I cut this out of a magazine, and I actually started doing that a lot more because I got a bunch of old magazines that I just flip through and find different things, and so I use them in my planner. I also cut this out of a magazine. It's starting to come out unglued. I cut this out of a magazine, and this too. And this is, of course, washi tape. My layout pretty much stayed the same. I've got my hearts, my apples for my food. I started using a little weight icon, not a weight, it's kind of like a weight, like what you lift, a lifting weight, what do you call it, to track my exercising. And at the end of the year, I tried to do a little mini 2015 year review. I got a bunch of washi tape from AliExpress, so I started sampling them out. And then I used this to track my bean making because I'm trying to make beans in a pressure cooker. So I wanted to have this little note here so that I could look back and see what I did and how the beans came out. This is January, which is the month that we're on now. I didn't really do a lot of doodling for January. I tried to do like a silvery blue theme, but you can't really see the silver very well. But this month, It was just very simple. I decided to break these up in two, which is I keep my notes up here, and then I write my goals for the month down here, and I decorated with a couple of stickers. And here's one of those Erin Condren style quotes, which didn't really fit mine, so I had to cut out like a piece off the top. And I also added like little stickers and stuff, but this was pretty simple layout. And again, here's my habit tracker, which I haven't updated in a while. And then halfway through the month, I decided to not use colors anymore because I was having to lug around a bunch of supplies to update my planner. So I started to just use a check mark. And I have to update that because I haven't updated that for this month. I tried to keep up with January expenses again just to see if I could do that better, but the expenses just don't want to be tracked, so I didn't do that. And then I put this note in here because I made some soaps and I'm trying to remember who I need to give some to. One thing I did start in January was my gratitude log. So I started writing every day things that I'm thankful for, and I have to update this because it's not updated yet, but I really like this. I used the two different colors, and then I decided not to do that because, again, it was overcomplicating it. But I want to do that every month going forward. And then I have my black washi tape to decorate it over here. And then I have my January spreads, which are pretty much the same as my other ones. I started trying out these new Hydrate stickers, and I cut this out of a magazine. This is one of those Erin Condren stickers again. If you guys can see here, I have like a whole sheet of them. It's printed on sticker paper, and I just cut them out and put them on there. This is from a sticker set from AliExpress. And this is the last week that I've done in here, which I have to update. And then next week, I decided to try something a little different, and I'm going to be talking about that in an upcoming video, and then doing a plan with me once I figure out the format that I want and all of that. But I'm excited to share that with you guys, and I hope you like this video. And if you have any comments or questions, let me know, and I would love to connect with you. Thanks. Bye.